So to make our laurel wreath, our Olympic laurel ceremony wreath, you're going to take a piece of cardboard and you're going to place a bowl or something round on it and draw around it with a nice sharp pencil. Okay? Now this is one part of our wreath. We actually want to draw a double circle. So now you're going to take a smaller bowl or plate, or you can just freehand it and draw another smaller circle inside. Doesn't have to be particularly neat. We're going to cut it out. Okay? Now we don't need a full circle or a full donut like this one for our wreath. We actually need to have a space to allow our head to fit onto it. So I'm going to do 2 sharp lines like this, and now it looks like my donut has a pair of horns, okay? This part, with the scribble for it, you won't need, so when you cut it out, you don't have to worry about that bit, okay? You're then going to cut it out, get someone to help you if you need, and if you'd like, you can add a little bit of paint to it, like my one. So I painted one side green and one side bronze. Doesn't really matter, whatever colour you'd like to paint this is fine. I just find that the bronze makes the green stand out and the green hides the cardboard. So this is what it will look like. Not quite a full circle, like I said, we cut that section out. And that's the very base of your laurel wreath, okay? Once you've done that, pop that to the side and take some sheets of green paper, or you could colour in the paper with some paint, let it dry before you try to cut your paper, or you can colour it in using pencils, chalk, whatever you'd like. I'm going to create quite a few leaves all together, so I'm going to place the 2 sheets together and begin to fold them in half. So I'm going to fold them half one way, making sure I crease the paper really strongly with my fingers. Fold it in half again. Oh, it's starting to get quite thick now. I'm going to fold it one more time. So fold it in half again and use your fingers to create the crease. Really strong. You can use something like the edge of your glue stick as well to really, really make sure that all your folds are in place, okay? And then you'll be left with 2 pieces of paper together that look like this. Now that we've got our paper at hand, we're going to take, a pencil, and we're going to draw on some bay laurel leaves. So the real laurel is made out of real green leaves, but obviously I don't have any of those here, so I'm going to draw some. So I'm going to draw 3 different sizes. So I'm starting at the folded edge, not the open edge, but the folded edge, and I'm going to draw a nice strong leaf shape, which is almost the full length of the paper, okay? There's one. Now I'm going to draw one that's a medium-sized leaf, the same sort of shape, but not quite as big. And then I'm going to draw a baby leaf. Just a small laurel leaf here. Now the reason why I did 3 shapes is because obviously when I cut through this folded paper, I'm going to get multiple leaves, but I'm going to get leaves in assorted sizes, and that's going to give me a little bit of variation. So I'm going to take my scissors and now cut very carefully through all of the sheets of paper at the same time, okay? You want to make sure that you're pinching the paper together. Your fingers are not going to get cut by the blades of your scissors because you're being really careful not to cut them, okay? Now, once you've got to this part, you're going to unfold. Can you see how many leaves I've already got? Unfold your paper. Try not to move them too far away from each other, and then cut dead down the center. And all of a sudden you will have multiple leaves that you can stick onto your laurel wreath. So that's our smaller leaves, okay? We now need to cut the other 2, the medium and the larger size. Again, pinch the paper together using your thumb and your finger, but try to keep your finger away from the blade of your scissors. We don't want any injuries here, especially at home. There's the second one. Again, unfold it, but try to keep the paper together. Don't move them too far from each other, and cut dead down the middle. Whee! Just like that. Okay? One more. Again, pinch, snip, 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 being very cautious not to cut or catch your fingers in your blade. Cut, 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 cut. Beautiful. Unfold the edge, keeping your papers together, and then cut straight down the middle, and you've got all these beautiful leaves. Just like that. Okay. Now, as an extra feature, I'm actually going to fold my leaves in half and create a small middle stem or a crease. So when I stick them on, they're a little bit more 3D. So it went from this flat leaf to something more like this, okay? I'm going to fold all the other leaves and then I'm going to stick them onto Laurel Wreath with you. So I folded all my leaves over. Now all I need to do is separate them, take a glue stick and spend a little bit of time gluing them on. So I'm going to make sure that my larger leaves begin in the middle of my laurel and they go out into the smaller leaves. So I'm going to make sure that all my big leaves are at the bottom, okay? You're going to need a glue stick for this. Add some glue onto your laurel wreath. Quite a bit of glue. Try to keep your 3D shape, and what you're going to do is you're going to stick down one either side like this, okay? So we want this type of shape, one on each side, and you may need to overlay a little bit of glue just so that you're able to stick more leaves down on top, okay? So ideally we want to create this shape. Let me just add another leaf onto this. We want to create this shape, okay? You can leave a little bit of space in between to show off your bronze halo if you'd like, but we want to run this type of shape to create some symmetry. So we're going to actually do 2 lines which run like this away from one another, okay? So if I do another set of leaves here, I'll be able to show you. We ideally want to create 2 lines of leaves which run up to the smaller leaves at each point, okay? So I'm going to do that now in fast mode, and you're going to be able to see me working hard like Speedy Gonzales, okay? Here we go. Okay guys, here is my finished laurel wreath. So I decided to dry brush a little bit of dark green paint onto the edges of my leaves, just really roughly, and that gave them a little bit more vibrancy and colour. And I tried to keep the fold that we had made in all of our leaves so that they're not sitting quite flat on the cardboard. You can see they're kind of like a little bit wild and they have a little bit more depth to them. So when you want to wear it, you need to place it onto your head like this. I'll try and show you from behind as much as I can. It sits on your head like this and you can be crowned the champion of your own Olympic Games. I hope you really enjoyed this craft, guys. I loved doing this one. Really simple and easy, fun things to do whilst you are wasting the time away at home. Be safe, have fun, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.